Today's Best Music Magic 89.9, another round of interviews from home. My name is Migs Santillan, and folks, today we are joined by a very special person, singer, songwriter, all around talented musician. This guy has amazing songs. And man, if you haven't heard the track I Don't Want to Be Okay Without You, well, you're not okay. So today, folks, I would love to introduce and welcome to the Magic Stage the one and only Charlie Burg. Charlie, how you doing, man?
Hello, I'm doing well, man. It's great to be here.
Likewise, likewise. I just want to say again, thank you so much for being with us here today. Where are you talking to us from right now, actually?
I am in Los Angeles, California.
Nice. Ooh, so it's good morning.
Yeah, well,
Or the
it's
good evening. Sorry, that's
yeah,
me.
good
That's me. It's
evening.
good morning.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, just congratulations on the imminent release of your very first album. I know you have a ton of singles out there, EPs, and a mixtape as well. So how does it feel to finally have an entire album to your name out there? Well, coming out in a couple of days.
hmm Um, it's pretty surreal. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on this project in particular for about 2.5, 3 years, so it's definitely a long time coming, and I'm really excited to deliver it to the world now.
And I have to say, a long time coming, also very well earned, well deserved, because man, your songs are just all banger after banger after banger. Folks, Infinitely Tall is out on August 19th. So if you're not streaming it by then or haven't, found a copy yet by then, man, you are missing out. So I'm gonna go back in time a bit, Charlie, since it's our first interview here on Magic with you.
Yes.
How did you get started actually with music? I believe you started off actually in college. You started off with humanities and English, then decided to switch in your second year to a major in music industry. Like, what is the origin story of Charlie Burg here?
Mm. Well, I've been singing my whole life. I think I started earliest singing in the synagogues that my family was
Oh,
a member of, just as a Reformed Jewish family. Um, and yeah, I started studying English liberal arts in a humanities college, and then it was actually my third year that I transferred to,
oh,
or after my second year, that I transferred to a music industry program at Syracuse University. But yeah, I downloaded Ableton, which is a production software, my first year of college, and I just taught myself how to produce, and I've been playing guitar for a while, so I don't know. It was just kind of I never really thought twice about it. I just kind of followed my heart and kept developing my songwriting and my lyricism until I had stuff that I was proud enough to release.
and man, dude, you should be proud of the stuff you release. I saw like actually, I do know of Ableton because I work in the nightlife industry. So a lot of friends I have are also producers. And dude, like Ableton is not like I'm just gonna say, if you know how to use Ableton, man, you are that's another gift in itself because I could not figure that thing out.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, I think once you just sit down with it and, give it some good tries, like it starts to become really user friendly, I think.
All right, in fairness, like they do say that everything becomes user friendly after you really get into the groove of it. So I guess like you had the knack for it anyway. I mean, you didn't even think twice about going into this. So you really just had the knack for, I guess, for making your own songs and making your own productions.
hmm Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, that's true.
so with all of that, actually, like, I mean, you started on Ableton, you started and you didn't even think twice about it. What helped you define your sound as Charlie Burg? Because I'm pretty sure you had some great influences there. If you've been singing all your life, what else influenced the sound of well all your songs and your EPs right here?
hmm Well, so growing up, I'm from the Detroit area, Detroit,
Mm-mm.
Michigan. So growing up, I was exposed to a lot of soul music and Motown. Um, when I entered college, I became part of a music scene in a town called Ann Arbor, Michigan,
Mm.
and they were really into like rock, like alternative rock, and I learned how cool the drum set was, and like how cool it is to be in a band. So that's when I really got into electric guitars and distortion and like live drum sounds. And when I was preparing to put out my first project, my first mixtape called Blue Wave Mosaic,
Mm-mm.
um, I knew that I wanted to set a precedent of like meshing acoustic sounds with production, but have the focus be on the production. And then when I was working on my second project, Live in Peter's Attic, which has I Don't Want to Be Okay Without You on it, um, I wanted to dive more into a live band sound with those guys. And so I took my friends, we all went up into an attic for 9 hours and recorded 4 songs. So that's how that was born. And after that, it was just, I kind of switched off like what I wanted to develop my guitar skills, my lyricism, my production. So over the years, it kind of all came to a head. And I think Infinitely Tall is sort of my largest scale, obviously, production effort, you know.
I see. Actually, no, I do hear the meshing of all different sounds in your songs.
Yeah.
And just to take in all those different influences and to create something new out of them. That's why you sound unique in itself. I'm not gonna lie, actually, when I told my niece that I was interviewing you today, and she's like, wait a minute, I know the guy. I listen to I Don't Want to Be Okay Without You so much. I like vibing to it and crying to it. I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
really?
yeah, dude. Like it hits different with a lot of people, and just the song itself, it has a very unique sound. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and dude, please tell me your friend's name is Peter and it's his attic.
Yes, it was his house in his attic. Exactly.
Man, that is awesome. Now, like his name is immortalized in one of your EVs. That's great, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was not made up.
Man, and with the imminent release as well of Infinitely Tall, of course, you did release the Carrier single Chicago Take It or Leave It fairly recently. And I love it. It's laid back, it's smooth, and it's honestly something I'd listen to on repeat. Plus, I do love the video as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Dude, sorry, I love pizza. So just the pizza vibes in it already hooked
Hey,
me in.
who doesn't? Pizza's the best.
I know, right? Dude, if you tell me you don't love pizza, I'm be like, okay, either you're a mass murderer or
Yeah, that's a red flag.
So, do tell us though a little more about Take It or Leave It, actually, and also the Chicago part. What led to the creation of the song?
So I wrote it in, I think winter of or April of 2019, and I was just returning from a small weekend trip to Chicago to play a show,
Hmm.
and it was my last semester of college, and I was having some struggles in the relationship that I was in at the time, and I think the song was my way of learning about it. Was just it all came during a time that I was learning about people changing, and just how to cope with when you change, they're growing, they're changing, and just kind of having a nostalgia for who you used to be with each other, you know?
Oh man, okay, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Dude, like we've all had that kind of relationship with someone special, and you just see them change in front of you, and it's all of a sudden they're all different. You still
Yeah.
want that same magic, and then things are just not the same.
Right. And in the end, when you can remove yourself emotionally from what's happening, you remember that it's okay and it's healthy to change and everybody does it. So there's no reason for you to feel guilty or fault the other person for changing.
Wisely said, Charlie. Very, very wisely said. To be honest, like took me all to realize that, but no, I'm glad you
Yeah.
realized in song form.
It takes a long time. It took a long time, to realize it. But
So the Chicago part was actually from a gig. I actually wondered about that because well, you're in
yeah.
LA now, and I know that you're from Detroit and you were at least at some point Brooklyn based. So I was trying to figure out how does Chicago figure out in all of this? Like, like people have those whole maps in their background. They're like connecting dots, like how in the world is
Right,
Chicago?
right. Yeah, it's right. I never lived in Chicago. It was really just it was a stint there. It was a quick trip that I was feeling some very, profound emotions in my relationship. So
In all fairness, it created a great song. So at least those profound feelings created something great, right?
it's true.
And of course, well, that's just one little bit about your life. I heard though as well that the upcoming album has chapters in it, which kind of like describe different parts of your life.
Yes.
That's a concept, right? Because like I really like that concept because man, that it's very rare you get a record that tells a story from track one all the way till the final track. So
Hmm.
why do you decide on this?
Yeah. So I I actually I don't think I chose it. That didn't consciously choose the concept. Um, I noticed when I stopped for a minute and looked back on like the songs that I was writing that year, what they were about.
Mm-mm.
It kind of just showed itself to me. I'm like, oh, I suppose that this is what my brain or my heart is trying to work through right now, and what that is was the concept of home and safety and feeling comfortable in being yourself and
Mm-mm.
moving on from things that you may feel attached to. And so the album is structured in three chapters, and each chapter corresponds to a space in my life, like a literal house or a town where I learned a lot about myself. And so the first chapter is kind of the nostalgia and warmth of childhood. The second chapter um, is sort of, coming into adulthood and learning more about myself in college. And then the last chapter is kind of this open ended, like, entrance into the city and into, you know, adulthood in a way. So, yeah, I think it's kind of just a chronological journey.
Dude, I have to say it's the album's essentially like growing up with Charlie. That's what I feel like it's gonna be
Yeah,
like.
in a way.
And the whole concept and idea of self-discovery and learning more about oneself, that's something a lot of people do struggle with even up till now. So I feel like this album is exactly what they need.
Absolutely.
So thank you for actually making something like this because dude, like not a lot of people as well share their their stories of self-discovery and learning more about themselves. So in song form, man, I cannot wait to hear this album a few more days. So
Yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, I felt a strong need to be vulnerable with myself in this album process, and I can only hope that it encourages others to have that same vulnerability because I think it's important.
I think it is as well, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's something that most people are too either too scared to be or just don't know that they have to be, right?
exactly.
It's a strange world out there, and it's
Yeah.
it's this whole period of self-discovery right now that a lot of people are just learning. So man, I again, Infinitely Tall out August 19th, cannot wait for that. So I
Thank you.
also heard that you have a tour coming up as well, right, for the latter part of the year.
I
Where's
do.
this tour gonna be taking you?
So it's starting in Europe. I think that's 10-ish dates, 10, 12 dates, and then a couple weeks off, and then we do a full run of the United States. So that's like 25, 30 dates. Yeah, and we're gonna be hitting a lot of cities that I've never been to before, and
Nice.
um, the show is different. Obviously we're playing new music, so
Mm-mm.
and of course the older hits and whatnot. But yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
Are you excited to be back on the road again after like 2.5 years of just nothing?
I'm super excited, man. I mean, I truly think there's no greater thrill in life than being on stage. It's such a catharsis for me, and like I don't think people are ready for what they're about to see because I'm just very passionate about the stage, and I can't wait to just get people hype.
Dude, I
Yeah.
can't I can't I'm actually hyped for you to come over to Southeast Asia at some point in the future. So man, like I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see you on stage maybe sometime in the future here in Manila or somewhere here in Southeast Asia, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait for that day too, man. You know, once it like is really scheduled and in the works, I can't wait for that.
So again, Charlie, thank you so much for taking time to be here with us today on Magic 89.9. I just want to ask as well, with the whole tour coming up, with the album release and everything, what's next for you?
What's next? Well, I can tell you that I'm already working on my next album.
There we go. Dang,
So,
dude.
if that, yeah, I mean, I've been very inspired. I've got new inspiration, and I feel like I'm growing into the fullest form of myself. So I just can't wait for the next era of music to start unfolding because I'm really proud of it.
Man, I can't wait for the next era as well because I'm pretty sure this first album is already gonna be great, and you're already on to the next one. Man, dude, you're a machine.
Thanks, man. Life's short. Why not make a ton of music, right?
Exactly. Dude, life's short. Just do what you love doing, keep doing it, and live life. That's really it. No need to stop and think like, man, I should slow down. No, don't slow down. Just keep going. Keep pushing things out there, right?
That's right.
So, of course, again, Charlie, thank you so much for taking time again to be with us here on Magic 89.9. Don't forget, again, folks, I've mentioned this like 4 or 5 times already during the interview, but Infinitely Tall is out on August 19. Chicago, Take It or Leave It is playing every day here on Magic 89.9. And don't forget to check out Charlie online as well. Twitter is Charlie_Burg. IG is BurgChar, which is my favorite way to cook a burger. Charlie.
Nice.
And any final words as well for all your Filipino fans?
Sending my love. I can't wait to be in the Philippines one day soon. And thank you so much for all your love and support.
Awesome. Again, Charlie Burg, folks, thank you so much for being with us here on Magic 89.9. Once again, folks, my name is Migs Santillan, and you are tuned in to today's best music. We are Magic 89.9.